Hello, it's Meeshell. Thanks for watching my video. I'm now going to give a brief explanation of some of the techniques I tried in this painting. As you can see, I revisited the grayscale technique. Grayscale is basically painting in shades of white, grey and black, but you want to avoid blacks and whites because they are the extreme end of the spectrums. Basically, mid-grey is best because that's where you get the medium colors, and then a little bit lighter we get your highlights, darker we get your shadows, and so on. The main benefit of painting in grey first is isolation, and by that I mean you're isolating the area you're painting. You don't have to worry about the colors or the textures just yet. Just using the different shades of greys to get the form to start coming through and getting an idea of how you want your face or whatever you're painting to look like. You'll use a combination of either a color layer, overlay layer or soft light layer, and you just need to experiment with how much of the skin color you want to paint onto each of these layers. You may only use an overlay, you might only use soft light, you might combine them. Like, it's just an experimentation. It took me a while, as you can see, to kind of get a color that I was happy with, and that's why I find while grayscale is really helpful, man, getting the colors on top of it can be quite complicated. Don't forget, after you've chosen the colors and you've merged it all down, you play with the levels, the hue, the saturation, and so on. Add extra life to the face with some shades of pink in the cheeks and the nose and stuff like that. Some artists like to paint everything at once, so they will have the hair, the face, the outfit, even the background progressing at the same rate as each other. However, normally I tend to again isolate each section because I like to focus 100% on that section, and I find having everything else happening at the same time to be distracting, thinking too far ahead, and at the stage I'm at, I'm just not ready to tackle everything at once. The brushes I used are Kyle T. Webster and Sakimi-chan primarily. I don't use all of Sakimi-chan's brushes. I mainly use ones for her hair. She has really nice brushes to get those fine details. For Kyle T. Webster, I used his brush pen. That's what it's called, Brush Pen 2. And I quite like the texture it was giving me. Sometimes I use oil, acrylic. I use acrylic in the background for the clouds and fire effects and stuff like that. So those are my recommendations. Kyle T. Webster is worth the money. And that's it, just a brief explanation. I'm starting to run out of things to explain, so if you have any questions, check out my other videos first because I've gone over a lot of stuff. See you next time.